Air India Express Flight 812 is on final approach to runway 24 at Mangalore Airport. But something is very wrong. The aircraft is descending at a dangerous 9-degree angle, almost 3 times steeper than normal, and at excessive speed. Ahead is a short tabletop runway, and beyond it, a 200-foot cliff. There is no margin for error. "Go around, Captain," the first officer urges, but there is no response. The aircraft keeps coming. Time is running out. The story begins on May 21, 2010. Flight 812 departs Dubai from Mangalore. A routine 3.5-hour flight on a Boeing 737-800. In the cockpit are Captain Zlatko Glusica, a 55-year-old Serbian national, and First Officer Harinder Aluwalia. The captain is experienced, but he is severely fatigued. He had recently returned from Europe, his body clock was disturbed, and this flight was assigned at the last minute. During cruise, exhaustion takes over, and the captain falls asleep, leaving the first officer alone during a critical phase of the flight. Mangalore Airport is one of the most challenging airports in India. It sits on a hilltop with steep cliffs on all sides, a short runway, and very little room for recovery. On this morning, the approach radar is not working, forcing air traffic control to manage aircraft manually. Because of this, descent clearance is given late, leaving Flight 812 too high on approach. The required approach briefing is skipped, and the crew struggles to lose altitude in time. As the aircraft turns toward the runway, it mistakenly captures a phantom 9-degree glide slope instead of the correct 3-degree path. The descent becomes dangerously steep. The aircraft accelerates rapidly, and warning after warning fills the cockpit. "Sink rate. Pull up." The first officer repeatedly calls out that the approach is unstable and urges the captain to go around. But the captain presses on, trapped in plan continuation bias. The urge to continue with a plan despite clear signs of danger. The aircraft crosses the runway threshold at 160 knots, far above the safe landing speed. Touchdown occurs deep into the runway, with more than half of it already gone. Only 2,800 feet remain. The brakes are not set to maximum. In a final fatal decision, the captain cancels reverse thrust and attempts a last-second go-around, a maneuver that is no longer possible. The engines do not have time to respond. The aircraft overruns the runway, strikes the ILS antenna, breaks through the perimeter fence, and plunges into the ravine below. The impact tears the aircraft apart. Fire erupts instantly. Out of 166 people on board, only 8 survive. Local villagers arrive first, pulling survivors from the wreckage before emergency crews can reach the scene. Investigators later conclude that if maximum braking and full reverse thrust had been maintained, the aircraft might have stopped before the edge. Flight 812 did not crash because of a single error, but because of fatigue, missed procedures, ignored warnings, and one final wrong decision. It remains a tragic reminder that in aviation, discipline and timely decisions save lives, not experience and never ego.